Hey guys, I'm going to do a little video on Procreate. This is going to be for your assignment today, Friday. Let me go down to Procreate. All right, so what you're going to do, my son was playing around with that untitled artwork over there. You're going to go to the plus button in the upper right hand corner, and then you're going to select paper. So click on paper, and then you're going to have a new untitled artwork that opens right up. It's pretty. This program's a little new to me, so I'm also kind of playing around with it, and I encourage you guys to play around with it too. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but over to the left-hand side, this sliding button is for brush size. So if you want to go really big or really small. Down here is for the brush opacity. Opacity means how dense the color is versus like if you want it to be kind of see-through or really dark, you can kind of play around with that. The next part is up here, the paintbrush. If you click on that, there's so many options. There's sketching, there's drawing, inking. You can get the fun textures. If you want to go down to spray paint, these are kind of fun to play with. I'm going to close that out. This button over here is just the brush library again, I guess. And over here is your layers. So I would suggest doing at least 2 layers for this part of the project so that you can actually work on one layer at a time, one for the background and one for the tree. And then you can play around with closing 1 or 2 out later. So if you make 2 layers, that would be great. Again, that's, I made 3 layers. I didn't mean to do that. Click back on here. To the upper right-hand corner is your colors. So if you want red, you just have to make sure to actually click on it. So let's say I'm going to go for sort of this pinky color for now, purpley color. I'm going to start with my background. And I think I'm going to play around with some splatter. Just let's see what that looks like. Oops, I don't want to do that. Why do I on a hidden layer? Oh, I accidentally hit it. So good thing to note, if you put the little checkbox unmarked, then it's a hidden layer. I didn't want to do a hidden layer. I'm going to work on layer 1 first. So I'm going to start to make my background. This is kind of cool. So I encourage you guys just to play around with this for a while before you get settled on what you want to do. Have fun with it. Let's put a little lime green in there. Let's change. I want to change something. Let's do some textures for fun. Some dots. And orange. I'm gonna put some of those on there. Ooh, I'm not really loving that color combo, but color's a little too mustardy for me. There we go. Oh, that didn't really help. So I'm creating an interesting background. I mean, you can do really anything. Have fun with this. Then I'm going to pick a different kind of brush, something a little more maybe sketching, and I want a pencil. And I'm going to select black. Now I'm going to draw my tree on here. And I'm just going to carefully draw my tree. This could take you guys a little longer. Remembering to try to go skinnier at the edges. And, you know, any kind of tree you want. We practice drawing trees, so you could even, I think actually this has a tool to import pictures into. I'm pretty sure. So then I'm going to make smaller branches, more branches, smaller branches. I'm going to keep this pretty simple because you guys probably don't want to sit here and watch me do this forever. It'll be a very long screen recording. And then again, remember you can change the brush size to be, this one actually I think has to be kind of small because of the kind of pencil it is. But if you wanted to go for like slightly larger pencil. Oh, another thing too, if you don't like something, click this and it takes you back. All right, so I'm gonna keep this tree simple. The next stage is, now we are going to go for the negative. I think I'm gonna go to, what do I wanna do? Maybe inking? Painting, I'm gonna go to painting. Let's see, wow, so many options. Let's just go to maybe flat brush. All right, I'm just gonna go with flat brush option. I've got my black. Let's see how big. The brush can be larger. So I think for the larger part in the background, so remember, negative space drawing. So I'm blocking out, sometimes you have to go on it a bunch of times. I'm gonna be blocking out the background. This takes a while to get, wow, you really have to, it's like really painting in layers. This is pretty cool. You have to go over it a bunch. You have to go over it a bunch of times. I might have picked the wrong tool. When I get closer though, I'm gonna make the brush smaller as I get closer to my tree, because I wanna make sure I go right up against the line. So a negative space, you're blocking out, and when we do this in class, this is where you're gonna use the black paint. I think it's kind of fun that we get to experiment with both, even though this wasn't the planned class I had. I'm gonna keep coloring in. All right, so when you get into these little areas is where it gets a little tricky. I might even make my brush a little smaller. Get really close, and you're gonna go into all the negative space, so all around. Actually, it's not gonna work very well for those lines. I think you have to make sure you leave a little space between your lines, or else it's not gonna work. In here, and we keep going. This could take me a little while, so I'm not going to do the whole thing. But you get the idea as you're blacking out the background. I hope you get the idea. And then make that a little bigger. Oop, too big. Smaller. I'm actually not sure. I wonder if painting or if inking. I'm just curious if inking might be a better option. Oh, interesting. Weird. It like works like real ink. I don't know if you want ink. Ink is kind of weird. Maybe don't do ink. Maybe just do painting. I don't know. Play around with them. See which one's the best one. I'm guessing painting, but... Or airbrushing. Ooh. What's airbrushing doing? Ooh, airbrushing is kind of cool. Could try airbrushing. Anyway, that's going off on a tangent, but that's the project. This is what you guys are going to do today. Play around with it. Also, just have fun playing with Procreate after, you know, this is a really cool program that is new to me, and I'm finding it to be awesome for drawing. I think it's the best drawing app out there. And again, when you go up to, so when you're done with the project, if you go here, nope, not that, but this is actually a good thing to see. You can see if you want to flip it around. Was it this one? Ooh, there's color fill. That might be kind of cool. That might work for something. I don't know, play around with that one too. This one is for, changing like the colors and stuff if you want. And the tool, so this is the toolbox. So this is where you're gonna go share it. Also a really cool feature is the video. So if you hit video, you can do a time-lapse replay, which maybe we can share some of these next week, but it's really fun. It just naturally records all of your lines. So if you're going to, it looks like you can link it to Canvas, which is cool, but I think we're just going to share these to, where's the, share it as a PDF, I think. Best quality. Oh, it's exporting. Oh, and then if you, and then this comes up and you can export it to Notability or Drive or email it to me. Why don't you guys, just because this is a one-day project, why don't you email it to me? And it'll be to, well, it's l.gillette. And send it to me, and I can just push the send. And we're just going to delete that for now, and you're going to send it to me. If you want to, if you can figure it out and it's not too complicated, you can also put it on your Drive in your Google Slide. So if you go to Google Slides and can select select a folder, and you can find, so I'm going to go to that account. You can find a folder to put into. So I could put it into Art 7th grade Fall, which is the shared folder with you guys, and you have your slideshow in there. I'm not sure if it's going to let you select into it. Oh, it will, I think. I think it'll let you put it into an actual slide. Oh, maybe not. You could save it there and then move it into the slide if you want to. But either way, those are kind of the how do I get out of here? Get out. Okay, that's not working. I can't get out. Just close out. Okay. So that's, so if you reopen Procreate again, why can't I get out of there? All right, forget that. Procreate is this little icon down there with a little swoosh that looks like multicolored. Everybody has it. Have fun playing around with it. Again, just at the end, you can just either put it in Google Drive if that's easy for you, or if you're coming up with some problems, you can send it to me through email. Feel free to watch this video multiple times. Again, I'm not an expert on this program. As you guys can see, I was kind of playing around with it, and it took me a minute to figure it out, but hopefully you guys actually will become better at it than me, and some of you actually might already know this program and be comfortable. But if you don't, just have fun playing around with it and doing the negative tree space painting on the iPad, and hopefully when we get back, we can do the project together after we finish the self-portraits. All right, thanks guys.